Hey, this is the GPS Ministry Update. I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a couple of months since I've done one of these videos, and if you're new with us, this is really the primary mode of communication with all of our amazing youth workers on a pretty much a weekly or semi-weekly basis. My computer's been messed up the last couple of months, and so much thanks to my beautiful wife, Sarah. She fixed it this week, and so you will start seeing these videos come back into your life. And so I hope that they are always valuable and useful for you as we continue to love students and point them to Jesus. And so just a couple of things I wanted to just run through really quickly and just talk about. First off, baptism. Sunday is this coming Sunday on April 1st. And so I know you've been getting lists from Lindsay about contacting those who need to take those next steps and get baptized. And so tonight, being Wednesday night, if you're watching this before Wednesday night small groups, would be your night definitely to have conversations with all of your kids and just go around the room and say, have you been baptized? Yes or no? Have them raise their hands. And for those who haven't raised their hands, take a moment to discuss with them why. Maybe it's just they didn't know how to sign up, or maybe they just exchanged their life, and so they were like, well, I didn't know that that's what I'm supposed to do. And so these are great opportunities to be able to get them signed up. And we don't want to just shove them into April 1st just so we can say we had a huge day of baptisms, but this is part of discipleship, and that's what you're doing. You are discipling your students. And so part of discipling and fulfilling the Great Commission is to baptize them and then make disciples, right? So with that said, tonight just have a conversation with them and discuss that. And so if they're wanting to do that and they're ready to take that next step and mom and dad are on board, have them go to gracepoint.org/baptism, and they would need to do that pretty soon because we're going to be closing that out pretty soon just so we can plan our services. And so we want to encourage them to either go to 8:30 or go to 11:30 because we will be having GPS this coming Sunday where I'll be sharing the Word of God. And so we want to be there to celebrate with them on the 8:30 or the 11:30 hour. And have them come over at 10 o'clock. So anyway, be sure to do that. It'll be awesome, and it'll be great, most importantly, to see you being the one who actually does the baptizing. And so, I would love to see that happen. So have those conversations tonight if you're getting this on a Wednesday afternoon. Right after that, there's no GPS on Easter, so we're going to have 4 services that weekend starting on Saturday night in the main service, and then 3 Sunday morning. And so we're encouraging our Grace Pointers to go to the Saturday night service, and that way you can have all of Easter to yourself anyway, but beyond that it creates room for all the visitors that we're going to be having on campus on that Sunday. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. I'm just flying through these things. I just want to get to the good stuff. So next thing, graduation banquet. We have our graduation banquet on May 19th, and this is more for our juniors and seniors to know, but if you are leading a group of juniors, tradition has it to where the juniors would show up early on the 19th of the banquet and help set up and get everything ready to honor the seniors. And so this year we're going to be changing it up a little bit. We're actually doing it at 11 o'clock in the morning till 2. It's going to be kind of a brunch style. We're changing it up and having some fun with it. So anyway, just be aware of that, and for those of you who are leading seniors, be sure to communicate that to them tonight and give them the basic details. That way parents can start planning and preparing to show up for that. So that's going to be May 19th on a Saturday. The next thing is Fiesta Tickets, and so thank you to those who are volunteering to run the kiosk 15 minutes before and after the services on Sunday as we begin to finish up selling our Fiesta Parade tickets for Battle of Flowers. We're already sold out for the Saturday night parade. So if Lindsay has asked you to volunteer, we need some volunteers just to be able to man that and sell those tickets. It's really, really simple, but it's our main fundraiser, and it allows us to be able to raise funds to be able to reduce the cost of camp. And so this year we're not going to be doing specific scholarships. What I felt was a little more fair and beneficial to the entire group is to just lower the overall cost of camp. And so this year it's going to be $359. That's for our student life camp. It's going to be July 18th through the 22nd. It's our 3rd year of doing it. Our students have fallen in love with going to this camp. I think we took like 50 last year, and we're planning on taking double that number this year. So anyway, as you know, inevitably, regardless of how much we lower the cost, there's always a need. And so if you feel led to be able to scholarship a kid, please let us know. and we will put that money aside, and so as the needs come up, we can help those students who need a little extra help to get to summer camp, because it's a powerful week of ministry. So there you go. So that's I'm sorry, June 18th through the 22nd. If I said July, I'm sorry. It's June 18th through the 22nd. And what else? I guess that's really about it. The last thing I wanted to leave you with is I wanted to talk just briefly about small groups and just the relational aspect and what can happen within the context of a small group. And so I wrote this quote down that I thought was really cool. It says that the heart of a small group is relationships. And at first wasn't so sure if I agreed with that, but you know what, that really is true, because if you think about Jesus and his model of discipleship, he not only taught the disciples, but he had deep, loving relationships with the disciples. And he spent a lot of time pouring into them and letting them know that he loved them, but yet at the same time, he was there to rebuke them if they needed to, have their chops busted. Jesus loved these guys, and they loved him, and it was in the context of discipleship and relationships within those discipleship opportunities. And so I just wanted to pass on 3 really simple things to you. Now that spring is here and now that good weather is back, you have some really great opportunities and golden opportunities to be able to build deeper relationships within your small group with students together, and also you with your students. And so I wanted to just throw a couple of ideas your way that hopefully will help you continue to build your small groups. The first thing I would tell you is learn the art of note writing. You don't have to write a book, and this also goes for guys too, but writing a little note just on a piece of paper, on a little card, just saying I'm thinking about you, just saying, man, you're a blessing, I'm really proud of who the person is that God is shaping you to be. I see potential in you. Maybe what really makes these things valuable is if you know something specific about this kid. For example, let's say they really excel with an instrument and they're in band, and say, I think it's so awesome that God has gifted you in this area of musical ability, and I can't wait to see what God does through your giftings in this way. Or, last week you really shared in small group, and I can see that you're kind of a leader, and I see that you can really have influence on your peers, and I just want to encourage you in that area. Just look for specific things, and even if you want to, within the context of your small groups, as students are sharing and talking, just take a note that would kind of remind you of something specific about that kid, and write a note to them and just say, hey, I think you're awesome. Even if it's a Facebook message, how easy is that? So that would be one thing. Another thing, some of our small groups do a phenomenal job at this, but they plan outside activities that are beyond Sunday and Wednesday. And so maybe you haven't done that recently with your guys or girls, and so I would encourage you to do that, because there's something that happens when you meet outside of the context of a small group in a classroom here on campus. It just is. And so go to the park. It doesn't have to be expensive. Get a kite, get a ball, go out to the park, throw it around, eat some really cheap food, have everybody pitch in a buck or two, and just have an afternoon together, just building relationships. And so with good weather back, let me know, and we can try to, if you wanted to use the grounds over here, to do whatever. So let me know what we can do for you guys. If you do an activity off campus, all we ask is that you would allow us to know, so we can fill out a little form. So if a parent asks us, we know about it and we can champion that for you. And so the last thing I would tell you to do, one of the most awesome things that I've seen in student ministry is when students serve together with their leaders. And so I would encourage you to find not only fun activities to do, but find service activities to do together. And so if there's an area of passion within your group, that you could do something where you can serve locally, man, I encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity and set that up and find out ways to be able to share Christ with others in really practical ways. And so I would encourage you to do that. So those are just 3 ideas I wanted to throw your way as we continue to build our small groups. Here's what I will tell you. What's really cool is I just ran some numbers recently, and what those numbers show is that 91% of the students who attend on Sunday morning are actually plugged in into a small group on Wednesday night. 91% of our students are plugged into a small group. And so the question was asked, why do you think that is? Why do you think that number is so high? And my response was the quality and the commitment of our small group leaders. It really has very little to do with me. And it speaks more to your faithfulness and your consistency to be here every single week, your consistency in loving these kids. Can we do better? Of course. And we always need to be looking for new ways to be able to love our students. But I just want to share that with you because that is rare and that's not normal for us to have such a high percentage. And so we want to keep that at that level and shoot for 100%. So great job, guys. I love you. It's wonderful to be back in your computer, and I will see you tonight. Love you. Bye.